This is an international study that has been developed within the ITCC, which is a European consortium for innovative therapies for children with cancers, that has the aim of developing new agents in pediatric age, and this study is also developed within the pediatric investigational plan. This means that the data of the study will be used to try to get an approval for the drug for pediatric age. So Ino is already approved for adults, and now with this data of the phase 1 and phase 2 of the ITCC study, we hope that we could get the drug approved by FDA and EMA essentially. Yeah, and this study is performed in a clinical research collaboration with Pfizer, because, of course, the pharmaceutical company will then provide the data to the FDA and the EMA to get then the drug approved for also for pediatric age. Yeah, we have 30 sites open to include the patients, and this is because, of course, this disease, the patients are rare, because we include only a relapsed patient and a second relapse or first relapse after transplant. And so we need a lot of sites to get the number of patients needed for the study. So the protocol is designed with the phase 1 phase, which was already completed last year and published in October this year. And with the recommended phase 2 dose that we established with the phase 1, the phase 2 has then started last year and completed now. So we presented the preliminary results of the analysis at ASH, and the full analysis will follow. And the phase 1 was a rolling 6 design, typically for pediatric studies, and the phase 2 had statistical design with the promising activity of the drug if the overall response was above 55%, but we achieved and largely achieved this endpoint because we had an overall response above 80%. The phase 2 confirmed the promising and actually great activity of in relapsed ALL patients. The patient can be included if they are CD22 positive, of course. So we achieved an overall response rate of 81% in phase 2 with 27 patients evaluable. So 22 patients achieved a complete response of a CRI, CRP if the hematologic recovery was not fully achieved at the end of the course 1. All the patients that responded after course 1, achieved a complete remission after course 1. And then the MRD negativity was also very high. Around 80% after course 1, and then if we count the best response, so also for the patients that went on with a second or third course, the best response MRD negativity was 95% among the responding patients, so a very high percentage. Yeah, we conclude that is a very active drug in inducing a complete remission in the relapse setting of ALL, and also a very deep remission with a high percentage of MRD negativity. And thanks to this reinduction treatment in case of relapse, actually 14 patients over the 22 responders could get a transplant after Ino treatment. So and a large percentage of patients could receive a consolidation of the remission achieved. And also 3 additional patients received CAR-T instead of transplant as a consolidation. So it seems a very active and promising agent in inducing remission. With some concerns about toxicity, as already known in the adult settings, about the liver toxicity above all. In specific patients that want to go on and receiving transplant after Ino, we have seen that around 30-35% of the patients that have been transplanted after Ino then developed a VOD of SOS, so occlusive disease after transplant. And this was a bit in contrast with our findings in the phase 1. But in phase 1, we had only 7 patients transplanted and none of the patients developed a VOD. And in this phase 2, we have 14 patients transplanted with 5 VOD after transplant, which is more in line with the adults finding, and also other pediatric retrospective data, and also data shown by COG. Probably because in this setting we had more patients already transplanted, and patients receive in some cases also 3 courses of Ino, 4 courses, while it's in general recommended to do not give more than 2 Ino courses if a transplant is then planned. Yeah, there is already a great interest in Ino in a pediatric setting, also for a future frontline treatment. But first of all, I think it will be of interest to use, and it is already planned to use Ino in the setting of the first relapse patients, and in particular in very high risk patients, because we know that when a relapse ALL occurs very early after treatment or during treatment, then achieving a second remission is difficult, and it seems that Ino can be a good solution to achieve remission in a larger proportion of patients. So currently the ITCC 059 is still open for inclusion, and in a cohort of patients where Ino is combined with chemotherapy. And first of all is in combination now with vincristine and dexamethasone, and if it will be found safe, then also PEG asparaginase will be added in the combination. And this is a future plan or upcoming plan is to open a new cohort in very high risk first relapsed ALL patients. So patients that in which relapse occur very early, or patients that have a cytogenetics characteristics for a high-risk disease, to see indeed if Ino can help in achieving remission in a higher proportion of patients.